Hello, YouTube. This is Lisa. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm doing great. I am on my lunch break at work, and I've had a video that I wanted to do on just looking back at my spring and summer garden and just kind of do a year end wrap up of 2022. I just kind of want to talk about what I planted this year, what I may plant again, and what I will not plant again. So I got some things written down. Um, One thing, I planted kohlrabi this year, and I planted it last year. And I like kohlrabi, but I don't know if I like it well enough to continue to plant it again. I have a question mark by it, so I may probably will plant it again because it's a really good plant. Or the greens are good and the root is pretty good, but the root plants, I don't really know what to do with the root as far as cooking it. But I'll be thinking about the kohlrabi. As far as my peppers, the shishito pepper I planted this year performed well. It did that. I had two or three shishito plants, and I couldn't keep up with it. Those peppers were popping out of that plant like you wouldn't believe. So, but I didn't. There again, I didn't know how to cook them. I didn't know. So I may not plant shishito again. Banana peppers, um, we don't eat those a lot. So and that plant, uh, it produces a lot, and so we were giving them away, which is good to share with your family and friends, your produce that you grow. But the banana peppers, nobody in my family really eat enough that the way that plant produces. So I don't know if I would plant the shishito or the banana peppers again. The potatoes I planted in the spring, and then I tried to do another planting of potatoes, and then nothing came up. And I don't know why. I think I did that maybe in the end of June or maybe in July. I started around, I harvested my spring ones in early or mid June, and then I didn't get that many. I got a lot, but they were just like little. And so I just don't know if the potatoes I don't know if I'm gonna do those again because I don't know. I don't know. Squash. My sister and I, we don't eat squash like that. So she likes the zucchini because she likes to make zucchini bread, and I think she may put it in her pesto. And she finds things to do with zucchini, my sister. But the yellow squash, the patty pan squash, the yellow squash we don't eat. The patty pan, the butternut we planted this year, and I think she just really wanted them so that she could decorate fall decorating in the yard. And so we tried the patty pan squash. We didn't like it. So, but I like the butternut squash, but I don't think I like it enough to worry with it because all those bugs after, I don't know. I don't think so. So the as far as the watermelons, this year I tried it. I tried the black diamond yellow belly watermelon, and I opened one up, the little stem had turned brown and it died back, the little tinsel thing. And I just knew that melon was ready. It was big, it was ready to be picked. And I picked it and I cut it open and it was pink inside. So, and then did another one, same thing. And we had given some away, and the people were like, no, these are not good. And so I don't know what we did wrong, but they were planted right out there by the Jubilee. And y'all remember my big buddy, he was nice. So I don't think I want to plant the black diamond yellow belly watermelon. I think I got those seeds. They may have come from our local co-op. So it's a locally grown watermelon, I guess. The seeds came from a local farmer. But I'm not gonna plant that again. But I gotta find me, because I like yellow meat watermelon. So I gotta find me another one. Brussels sprouts, I don't think I want to plant those again, because the greens are good, but I never get any Brussels sprouts. Maybe I need to start them earlier, but I don't know if I want to start them again. So those were the plants that, vegetables that I planted this summer and spring, but I don't think I'll do those again. But what I will plant in 2023, onions. Y'all saw my onion harvest. Go back and look. I had so many onions. Red, yellow, white, bunching, leeks, all those. I'm going to plant those again. Celery, I'll plant again, but I don't know if I'll do those from seed. I may just go buy starter plants. And so y'all know that I will be planting my brassicas. Mustard greens, collard greens, cabbage, broccoli, rutabagas, turnip greens, kale, lettuce, spinach, cauliflower. So all those I will plant again. Cucumbers, carrots, radish, tomatoes, herbs, the basil or oregano, rosemary, lemon balm, chives, thyme, sage, mint, and parsley. We use all of those to cook with. And my sister liked to make teas with the lemon balm, and so we'll plant those again. Garlic, we will definitely do. We got those going now, and as far as the peppers, we'll definitely do bell peppers, all colors, like red, green, orange, yellow bell peppers, because we use them to cook with. And the Lesia is the one that I tried this year, and I like those, and they're good for cooking, and they're good like stuffed, like, with the sour cream and that way, stuffed peppers. Okra, green beans, butter beans is one that we tried this year, and we ran out of time, so we had to take them out early. But those, we will do those again. Purple hull peas, watermelon, we'll probably do the Jubilee, definitely. Sugar baby, what we'll do. I'm going to find me a yellow meat watermelon to plant. Honeydew melon, those did well, but something went out there and got to them and ate out of them before we could. 5 of them. 5 of my honeydew melons, something got out there and ate them before we could. So we will also do cantaloupe again. Now, Publix had this cantaloupe that was so good, and on the label it said sugar cube. And now I'm going to try to find that. Now, the one that we had, we saved the seeds. And we're going to try to plant them next year and see if we get anything out of those. But we will definitely be trying to grow those. The honeydew melons, I love honeydew melon better than I do cantaloupe because honeydew melon is sweet. It's sweeter than the cantaloupes. And I love cantaloupes. And the reason I love this sugar cube cantaloupe from Publix is because it was sweet. It was like, wow, where do we get the seeds from? Well, we saved them from that. So we're going to try that next year. One thing that we will probably try and do earlier this year, we winter sowed all of our brassicas in January. So we'll probably, I think, was it late January or February when we did those? But we will probably start in December to winter sow. And I didn't do a video on it, but we had so many jugs saved, like juice, orange juice jugs, milk jugs, all kind of jugs we had saved. And we planted most of our brassicas in those, and they sat outside and they germinated. Like it would be snowing outside and it was freezing cold. And those seeds were germinating in those jugs. You don't put the tops back on them, but you cut the jugs in half. I will definitely do a video this year or next year, whenever I do it next, and show you how to winter sow your seeds, and so that you can get your plants out into your garden early. And because like the brassicas, once it gets too hot, they're gonna bolt. They're gonna go to seed, and so. And pak choi is one that I did not get to enjoy back in the spring because when they got into the garden and before they could mature, they went to seed. And so I never got to try pak choi. I got some growing now, so those will probably do well. I'm going to change the varieties of the tomatoes that I grew this year. This year was unusually hot. So if you have problems, like I had problems with my tomatoes, it just was so hot. It was so hot. It was just baking my tomatoes, baking my blooms. I could not get a good harvest of tomatoes this year. And I love making tomato paste and not tomato paste, tomato sauce. And so I like to plant enough tomatoes to be able to make my sauce to get me through the winters for soups and stews and spaghetti and stuff like that. And so tomato sauce is expensive. Everything is expensive. So if you can grow stuff and process it and eat it that way instead of having to go buy it at the store, you're going to come out good. And tomatoes is one of them. This year, or next year, 2023, I am going to plant the tomato tomatoes, the Amish paste, honeycomb, and San Marzano. The tomato is a determinate tomato, and the Amish paste, honeycomb, and San Marzano are indeterminate, and so they are they're going to get big. The plants will get big, and they will produce a lot of tomatoes for my tomato sauce. Some of the things that one of the things that we really battled with was watering. Our garden expanded this year, and we have a lot more than we had the years before. And so I think for 2023, I am going to get an irrigation system put in so that our plants can all get the proper watering that it needs, um, and at the proper time. Because morning time in the summertime or any time is probably it is the best time to water. I can't get out there. I work. I have to be at work at 8 o'clock, and I'm not going out there. I'm just, I don't know. I shouldn't sound like I'm being rude or anything, but I'm not going out there at 6 o'clock in the morning to water. It's too much. We have a lot, and I will never be able to get everything watered and then get myself ready and go to work. So I think it would just benefit me more to just go ahead and have an irrigation system put in, and that's what I plan on doing next year. Now we have a little greenhouse. I've had it since last year, 2021, and just did not know where to put it because I don't want it to be put in where I want it to be put in. It's probably gonna shade out some of my garden, and I don't want to do that. So whenever we figure out where to put it, we're gonna put my little greenhouse up, and that'll be next year. I want to put in a fence around my big garden where my big garden beds are. Had a problem with something eating um, the cantaloupes and the honeydew melons, and it wasn't an ant, and it wasn't a worm. It was something with a hand or a paw that got 5 of my honeydew melons. And another thing that we will add is some kind of cattle panel to, like, those tomatoes. Those I'm gonna plant tomatoes in a different place, and I'm gonna put them in one of my beds next year. And so get cattle panel to, grow up, let them grow up the cattle panel as trellising for them. So, and one other thing we'll probably try and do next year is get a retractable water hose. They can go all over your yard, and then you can retract it and it goes back. And so that will be a dream. We'll probably try and get that before we get the irrigation, because it will be so easy, because to pull that hose pipe all over the yard, it is crazy. So, but that is what I plan on doing for next year, and so, just let me know what you think about the video, and what you plan on growing next year, and what your plans are, because you got to start planning. We got to get ready for next year, because time is flying by. So next spring will be here before you know it, but you got to get your seeds and stuff planted, plan out everything, and and get moving. You all stay safe, stay well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.